The only things those people have that you don't is guts. Do you want to live forever? Colonel Merritt A. Red Mike Edson. The Marine Raiders were established to operate behind enemy lines during World War II. They specialized in amphibious warfare in the cover of darkness. The Raider concept was born in the early days of World War II, when America was perilously weak and needed forces that could harass and slow down a stronger enemy. The President wanted an American version of the British Commandos and recognized a need for what would become the Raiders. The Marine Corps was the natural place for this organization. The Raiders were given the best of the Marines' equipment and were handpicked from available volunteers. Training focused on increasing proficiency with weapons and improving land navigation and map analysis. Much of the training was conducted with an emphasis on night combat. Hiking with full gear started slowly and worked up to 2-day 70-mile hikes. Great emphasis was also placed on physical fitness. In addition to the increased weapons training and hikes, the leaders also placed more than usual emphasis on knife fighting. Raiders were issued and carried 2 distinct knives. A larger classic Bowie-style knife with a 9-inch blade for fieldcraft tasks, and a Raider stiletto, patterned after the British Commandos. The stiletto knife was the definitive Raider weapon and was strictly a close-quarter stabbing weapon. The Marines had a long-standing connection with legendary W.E. Farbairn and E.F. Sykes, who designed the knife. Both men taught the Marines the deadly art of knife fighting. So now let's go to the table and see what Bark River Knives has for us. And welcome back to the Up to No Good, Have a Knife Day table. Actual, no more roaming around the United States, riding horses and wearing cowboy hats for me. Oh, no, sir. It's time to talk about knives. And here's the thing about me. And I hope you can appreciate it. I'm not just here because a knife is good looking. And trust me, I've bought a lot of knives that are good looking. But what I really love and what drives me is the blade culture of our military. And I've been doing this for a little while now, and I have come to find out that there's still much more to know. Now, mind you, I was a paratrooper with the 82nd Airborne Division. I was also with the Big Red 1 in the Ordnance Corps. But needless to say, World War II was a big war, needless to say. And recently I came to find out about Randall knives, and I learned about Randall knives when I was learning about SOG knives and on and on. So, when I saw a knife from Bark River Knives, I joined the Bark River Knives Collectors Association. And I did that because usually when I do something, I'm usually all in. And I saw what they did, and it just resonated with me, so I decided to become a member. And with that in mind, of course, the hero of our story is this V44 Marine Corps Raider knife made famous in World War II. Bark River Knives, there I was watching the video, and I want to thank the people on the Bark River Knives Facebook page for sharing some history with me. And I really appreciate that, because the only way that we can really move forward with the hobby and help people learn history is by sharing it, because you might be surprised on what other people don't know about knives. And having a positive attitude really goes to endear people to the hobby. And that's what we need to do. So with that in mind, so here is the V44. Now, what I want you to see is this sheath is amazing. And you look at this right there. Well, first we're going to look at this leather stacked handle, the brass hardware, hidden tang. I might call it a rat tail because it comes out right there. It has a lanyard. But this leather sheath is fine quality. Now, here's the interesting thing about this sheath. It's a frog. No, it's not Kermit. Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here. No, this is something that you could put on your belt. And this also helps you to do a left or right because when you insert it here or here, so you could just change from left to right-hand carry. And this would stay on your belt. And you see that this will rest in there. So you can go and take this out, do your things. Maybe if you have a fancy belt or something like that, shove it down your pants, put it in your jacket. Maybe you have a nice rig on your cat, combat cat, Jet here, knife cat himself. Finally, yeah, man, you pay a cat to make a cameo and he never shows up. But he is here right now. So that is, of course, Knife Cat. So you look at the flash on my beret. That is the 3rd Brigade, 505th Parachute Infantry Regiment of my generation. Now that it's known as a BCT, Brigade Combat Team. 3rd Brigade. A lot of history there. Got my black cat here. All I need to do is stick some wings on this little stinker. So yes, I love you too. That's enough. Okay, so I put this back in there and then voila, there you has it. There you has it. So as we can see by the picture of the original, that had a bird's head on that. And I don't have one of those, but what I do have is this knife made by Case. And as you can tell, it has the rounded brass and a bird's head. This is, let me do this without denuding the cat of any digits. This is the Case XX USA Bowie knife with the bird's head and the black handle. This is their Alamo. I have a video of this. So I just wanted to show you this and see how this actually did look like the original Raider Bowie knife. Oh, I can imagine the swing. Well, hey, there's a blade right there. And, and a cat. Come here, you turkey. So without any, this is their sheath. It's a very nice sheath. This one is a lot more rugged by far. So let's take a look at this. Ugh. Now, the interesting thing about this one is that it has engraved here, let me turn off this light, as if that makes it any better. You can see it right there. This is first production run. And I did buy this. I found this on eBay. And I said, holy smokes, I love Bowie knives. And holy smokes, this is fantastic. So, bam, bought this sucker. Bought this. Maybe just before New Year's, and it arrived this week. Today is the 7th of January, so probably like the 5th, maybe on the 5th. But we can see how they have changed it up a little bit with this S-guard. Now, there is a video out there. I think I'll link that in the descriptions of, I do believe that's one of the guys from Bark River himself. Like I said, there's still a lot to learn, and anybody in the community that can help me out with, the who's and the what's and everything, that's always greatly appreciated. But look at this classic Bowie design. This is a false edge, of course. And look at, you see, could you imagine going through the jungle as a young Marine, swinging this Bowie to clear out campsites in the jungle? Holy smokes. Of course, when they get in there with their dirty time, the Farbairn Sykes stiletto that they had, circa the OSS, was used to take care of that. But I really do wonder if anybody else took this to the enemies of our United States of America out there in the Pacific. Now, that would be a story to tell. So we're going to take a look at this and this. So how about this? I have calipers. That's right. Calipers. And we'll take a look at the case. Turn this on. Make sure it's in inches like a proper American. Nothing personal. but the only queen I have in life is my wife. So that is 0.168 inches in thickness. And then that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Isn't that right, kitty cat? Sorry about disrupting your nap time. And no actual animals were harmed in the making of this video, at least so far. And this is 0.248 inches. So she is thick. If you like your knives like your women thick, you're in for a good time here, my friends. So you'll see that is nice and thick. We see that the classic leather stack handle. This is pinned here, and that's probably around about where the tang ends. This tang does go all the way through and is secured by this nut. Not this nut, but that nut. That's right. Happy little knives. Happy little cat. So, but what else can we learn? They made this blade beefy. And if you are just like me, I like beef. Steaks, hamburgers, what have you. So we are going to look at this. I got myself a brand new scale. You can weigh the cat later on. Show you how much I've been feeding this little ragamuffin. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the case knife into the sheath and give her all snapperoo. And we're going to zero that out. Okay. And this is 1 point. I think the cat's touching. We're going to call this 1 pound 9 ounces. And then we're going to take it out of the sheath, put that over here, get that off of there, put that over here, and this is 1.38 ounces. Excuse me. Now, without further ado, let's see what this Bark River, there you are, in the sheath, maybe without the cat's foot. There you go. So, you know what they say, never work with children or animals, and this cat is a child. So this weighs 2.2 pounds, 4.2 ounces. Whew, my goodness. So now let's see how much the knife proper weighs. Well, that's 1 pound, 12.3 ounces. This knife is no joke. This knife is no joke at all, and it's meant to work. That's right. Right now, you can just go yourself right into a jungle and start making yourself a camp right now. Put everything away, of course. And here you go. She'll hand off the case knife to the beloved wife. So this is where I ask you to please like, share, comment, and subscribe. You knew it was going to be coming up eventually, so this is it. So click that subscribe button. And we're going to be learning about Bark River knives. And this particular knife, Bark River specializes in cutting tools for outdoorsmen and others who need real performance in the field. They use a blend of traditional, contemporary designs and styles to get a product that is not only aesthetically pleasing, but also ultra functional. The V44 Bowie design, created for use in the Pacific Theater during World War II, is exactly what comes to mind when people think of Bowie knives. It features a big, wide clip point blade that tapers down towards the handle, a traditional butt end piece, and a double finger guard for safe handling. This design excels at all types of cutting tasks and practical applications, including survival, outdoor, camping, hunting, and even tactical. If pressed into service, the Bowie was originally a survival knife for American frontiersmen and women who moved everything they owned across the country without any promises on the back end. Bark River's V44 Bowie features a thicker, more capable blade stock than the original from 1944, but the heart and soul remain intact to give you a brutish knife with museum quality looks that can handle a true beating. And now for the specifications. That's right, blade length is 9 inches, 22.86 centimeters. Handle length is 5.50 inches, which is 13.97 centimeters. Overall length is 14.50 inches, which is 36.83 centimeters. Blade material, A2 tool steel. Blade thickness, 0.25 inches, 6.35 millimeter. Blade hardness, 58 to 60, Rockwell. Blade style, Bowie. Blade finish, satin. Handle material, stack leather. Sheath material, leather. Weighing in at 28 ounces. Well, you know. And it's made in the good old U.S. of A. By golly, the Statue of Liberty and Uncle Sam himself are applauding right now, which might be freaking people out in, over there in New York to see the Statue of Liberty actually put down its torch and clap. That is something to say. There you go. So here you go. Another fine piece of American blade culture. What a great thing to learn about. I wish I could learn more. Our World War II generation is getting smaller all the time. And unlike the cat, yes, come on, get over there, you turkey. And unlike the cat, it's if you have the opportunity to talk to a World War II vet, take that opportunity. If they're willing to share your stories, listen to them, okay? Because that's the way we keep them alive, is in our memories. And with that in mind, thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, as always, have a nice day. We will all the guns of the forces. Get ready. Airborne from skies of blue. Get in the door. Make the jumps and take your bows today. Let's go put on your boots. Your jumping boots, your parachute. Your parachutes, get all those gliders ready to attack today. Hook up or we'll be gone. Check into the dawn. And station time to fight them all.